funny way of treating you or showing you that you can't always have your way. Do you understand? Do you underdig? Do you feel me? The daily go get amazing show. What's going on, y'all? Here it is, Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. And tonight on the Daily Go Get Amazing show, we're gonna talk about make you not even want to snoop no more. I want to talk to all my snoopers out there. You know, for those of y'all who like to go through your lovers' phones, their computers, and through they personal things, go in their pockets, whatever, pretending like you only washing the clothes and emptying their pockets. But y'all know who I'm talking about, and you know who I'm talking to. Now, for people who snoop, they stand by that snooping. You cannot talk a snooper out of snooping. And some people feel like if you didn't give me a reason to have to suspect that something is going on, then I wouldn't do it. Now, any self-respecting person knows that that's not an excuse. It's not a viable excuse. There is no good reason to be violating someone's privacy or going into their things without their permission or without warning, trying to catch them, in a lie or cheating or whatever. Yeah, I understand. You can easily say, well, you shouldn't lie or cheat, and then nobody would suspect you of suspicious behavior, and nobody would go through your stuff. Nobody would try to put trackers on your phones and violate in any kind of way. But is that true? Think about it. Is it true? Because from what I know, from the people that I've known who involve themselves in snooping through people's stuff, going in their closets, their drawers when they're not home, things like that, there's really nothing that you could do to stop them from suspecting that you might be doing something or you might be hiding something. And that's why a lot of people who snoop stand by it. Like, well, I would rather know. You never know if somebody is being truthful with you. You never know if somebody is being honest. Is it a good reason? Is that a valid reason to go through somebody's stuff? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Not even a little bit. But, people do what they do. And no matter what, they're going to stand by what they believe or what they do, and they're going to keep conducting themselves the way that they conduct themselves. So what we're talking about tonight is what would make you stop snooping? What would make you stop looking through your man or your woman's stuff? What would make you stop going through their phone when they go to the bathroom, or if you have some time alone with their phone and it's unlocked? What would make you do it? What are some of the things that would have to happen in order to get you to stop being suspicious all the time, or get you to stop going through your man or your woman's stuff? And unfortunately, this is not just a woman thing. I know women get a bad rap for doing this snooping thing, and they deserve it. They deserve it because they do it a lot and they stand by it, and they often find something when they do it. Does that make it right? No. But are they going to justify it by pointing that out? Yes, they're going to do it. That's how it go. That's pretty much how the game go. Now, what would it take to get somebody to stop snooping? What would it take to discourage somebody from snooping again? Unfortunately, some people think that if you get violent or if you break up with a person, then it'll stop them from doing that kind of stuff. And yeah, it might work that way for a hot minute. For a couple of seconds, you may be able to get a snooper or a violator to stop snooping or violating for a hot second. You know, like if it's a situation where they don't want to lose you, or if they actually feel guilty about what they've done, or if they keep snooping or keep violating and it doesn't come up with anything, it doesn't turn up any evidence, they might stop. They might stop for a hot second. But what would make them stop for good? What would make them stop forever? What would discourage them from wanting to do it again? And there are some things that have stopped people from snooping again. And it's not the violent or the really proactive, or it's not the common things that you would think of, or the tricky things that you can think of that would do it. You know, when we start talking about snooping, we're not just talking about, you know, people in relationships. We're not just talking about men and women, you know, in a loving romantic relationships. We're not just talking about that. When we talk about snooping, we're really talking about investigating. We're really talking about checking up on somebody. And there are situations, and have been situations, that have stopped certain people from investigating or from snooping. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it a little bit. First of all, just because you find something doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do something about it. See, that's something that we should understand. Just because you find evidence of your man or your woman cheating, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go ahead and break up with them or anything like that. Sometimes it's just a warning. Sometimes it's just a, aha! I knew it. I knew it. I told you. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. So what happens? What happens in a situation where you have fallen in love so hard and so fast and so deeply, where you might not really want to find out what you have been looking for because you know it's there? See, snooping or investigating, all of that stuff is for people that are ready to do something about what they have found. So what happens when you have done this several times and it has turned up something that you've had to deal with? Like maybe you looked in his phone once or twice and you found text messages, you found pictures, you found evidence that they was definitely cheating. But when you confronted them about it, it was like, yeah, so now what you gonna do? Yep, you found what you was looking for, and it's true. I'm not gonna lie to you or whatever. Not only is it true, but I'm not going to stop doing it. Now what? Nope, I ain't gonna stop doing it. And so you can, you can keep looking, you can keep searching, and you can keep finding stuff. But I'm gonna do what I want to do. So you either want to be with me or not. You need to make that decision, and you need to make it now. Now it's like, Now, would that stop them from snooping? Not necessarily. But now your heart is into it. And now you're not in the driver's seat anymore. Now you may not be feeling like you are in the power position. The way it's supposed to work is that when you are the person that's snooping, if you are the person that's investigating, if you're the person that's looking for something, you're supposed to be the one who is in the position to dictate, to tell how things are going to go. You're supposed to be the one that's going to determine what direction that the relationship is going to go into. So If you've snooped before, investigated before, called numbers and all of that kind of stuff, and it has turned up, it has turned up the results that you had suspected and that you really didn't want to find. Now, are you ready to go ahead and do it some more? Is that what you're ready to do? You ready to go ahead and keep snooping so you can keep finding what you were scared to find in the first place? Yeah, that might not be the route that you want to take. That might not be the road that you want to take. That might not be where you want to go with it. So a decision has to be made by you. What's the value of snooping when you know damn well you're going to find what you were most afraid of finding? Let's take it away from relationships for a minute. Parents have had to do this with their kids that they suspected were either on drugs or selling drugs and things like that. Many a parent has gone in their kids' drawers and their closets and went all up in their rooms and searched through their pockets and all that kind of stuff. Many parents have done it, rightfully so. You have a right to know what's going on in your own home with your children that you are responsible for. If they get in some serious trouble, you are the one that has to bite the bullet. Well, what happens when you search for drug paraphernalia and you find drug paraphernalia? Not once, not twice, but consistently. Like every time you search for it, you find it. Now what you gonna do? You gonna keep looking for it? This might be your heart. Any of y'all out there watch BMF? On the show BMF, the mother does not want to believe that her younger son is out there selling drugs or that he's a bad guy or whatever. And he's not necessarily a bad guy on the show. Maybe not even in real life, but he definitely is a drug dealer. So she didn't want to find out that he was a drug dealer. So she didn't really want to search. She didn't want to find out. It stopped her from snooping. Once it was evident that she was going to kind of find out that what she was afraid to find out was true, she said, "Nah, we gonna shut that down. I ain't snooping no more." And these are the kind of things that make you stop snooping. Yeah, so it can happen with a family member. Same thing when you may suspect a family member of prostituting themselves. You may find out that your niece, or your daughter, your favorite cousin is out there getting money from these men out here, selling her body. Yeah, she getting money, but you was wondering that little job she got, or the job that she didn't have, where's she getting all this money from? She sure do be looking pretty and sexy. She be going somewhere on these dates. She sure has a lot of money. Yeah, those are some of the things that might make people stop searching, stop investigating, stop snooping. Y'all understand where we going with this? Things that make you stop snooping. Yeah, a lot of times when you don't want to find the truth, you'll stop snooping. When you want to keep finding the truth, yeah, you're going to keep snooping. But once you don't want to find the truth no more, once it becomes evident that, yeah, what you're looking for is what you're going to find, yeah, you might decide, like, yeah, I think I'm going to find some other thing to investigate. Maybe I'll find out who killed Jimmy Hoffa, or, why Biggie had to get killed. I kind of know who killed Tupac, but I'm a little shady. I'm a little confused about Biggie. Yeah, something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it can go down like that. It's real shit. Even I've seen it even happen in sports. In sports, certain teams require random drug testing of their athletes, of their players. Yeah. Well, I've seen. Let me see if I can remember a specific incident. Oh. All my old heads. It's Throwback Thursday, right? All y'all who remember Lawrence Taylor, the Hall of Fame defensive end that played for the New York Giants. You know, Lawrence Taylor was a beast on that football field. He was definitely a beast on that football field. Was always breaking through the offensive line and getting sacks galore. Sacks. LT was a animal out there. Y'all remember LT? Lawrence Taylor, he was a nice guy too. You know, very personable type guy. Wild though. You know why he was so wild? Because he was on that coke. And I remember a few times they tested Lawrence Taylor for coke. And guess what? It was positive. Just like they thought it was. So that explained a lot of his behavior on the football field. That explained why he was so hype on the football field. And Lawrence Taylor definitely had a substance abuse problem with cocaine. He had a very, very bad cocaine habit. So guess what happened after, if you had 3 positive drug tests, then you was out of the league. He had 1 test, positive. He had 2 tests, positive. Now, you know cocaine comes out of your system pretty fast. So for you to get tested for cocaine and not be able to pass that test, you had to be an active user. Because it comes out of your system like 24 to 48 hours. Somebody please Google how long it takes for cocaine to exit your system. It's not very long. You know, it ain't like weed. Weed stays in your system for weeks and weeks, whatever, you know, a month or whatever. But all like alcohol comes out in 24 hours, and I think cocaine may come out like around 24 hours, something like that. So that means he couldn't go a day without sniffing. So they, like I said, if he tested positive 3 times, then he would have to get removed from the NFL. He had already gotten suspended before. So guess what? He's tested positive once. He tested positive twice. And guess what? They never tested him again. Like, nah, we good. Yeah, somebody made that call. Somebody made that call. Like, yo, we know he not gonna pass that 3rd test. So guess what? We not testing him no more. We good. Yeah, they not snooping no more. That's what it took to get them to stop snooping. They knew that they were going to find what they was looking for. So they wasn't snooping no more. We don't want to talk about that no more. Yes, we know our man is on some other shit. So we ain't testing our mans no more, son. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar with the rrr, and we're talking about make you not want to snoop no more. Make you not want to snoop no more. Some of y'all understand fully what I'm talking about. Some of y'all are snoopers to the death. Some of y'all secret snoopers. Like, well, I ain't gonna say I ain't never do it before, but I sure as hell ain't gonna say that I ain't never gonna do it again. So what I'm gonna say is not much. I ain't gonna say shit. If the situation calls for it, then I'm gonna do it. And the truth of the matter is, you just can't help yourself. The same way that person that you are snooping behind lacks self-control over they cheating or they lying or they violating or they stealing or whatever they're doing that you feel necessary, go in their phone, checking their email, and basically doing a audit of the hard drives and all of that kind of stuff. Whatever they're doing, they're unable to control themselves, but you're unable to control yourself also. And what both of y'all probably have in common is that neither one of y'all will admit that y'all ain't got no business doing what y'all doing. The violator is going to say, well, you ain't got no business going through my stuff. That's my stuff. It belongs to me. And he or she is right. And the person who is doing the snooping is going to say, well, if you would tell me the truth, if you would be honest with me, then I wouldn't do what I'm doing, or I wouldn't have to do what I'm doing. And you're lying, because you would still snoop. There have been people who have never had any reason to suspect that somebody was cheating or lying to them. So they figured, well, everybody cheats or lies a little bit, especially in the beginning. So what makes you so different? Let me find out what's really going on with you, because you too good to be true. You know what I mean? Too good to be true, baby. Yeah. Yeah. What would make you stop snooping? What would make you be able... Listen, I ain't gonna lie. On some real shit, I would never go through anybody's phone. I did that shit one time, and I ain't really do it. This is what happened. My girl, what year was this? We was together from the end of '94 until spring of 2000. I mean, spring of 1997. This was when cell phones was young. So one time my girl left her cell phone in my car. It dropped out of her pocket. She ain't know. It dropped out of her pocket. I said, uh-huh. She ain't even know. So I think she had like a flip phone or whatever. So I said, you know what? I'ma see what's up. Let me see if she if she got like a little man, a little boy or something, whatever that's gonna call her. So I kept the phone for a day. I said I wasn't gonna keep it no more than a day. Now this was before text messages. There wasn't no text messages on this joint. None of that shit. Straight phone calls. Ain't nobody called that phone that whole day except for her trying to find her phone. I'm steady looking at the phone, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt bad. I was like, yo, oh, this is not you. What are you doing? Now, if she had your phone, you wouldn't like that shit, and your phone would definitely ring, and she wouldn't like that shit. But here you are trying to see if she like you. So the phone rung and rung and rung and rung. She was the only call that phone had. She trying to find her phone. So the next day, I tossed her the phone like, yeah, I found the phone under the seat of the car. Which was actually true, because it had fell out of her pocket and it rolled under the seat of the car. I ain't tell her that I found it the day before. So anyway, but from then I said, you know, I ain't never doing no dumb shit like that. That's corny. It didn't make me feel like a man. It felt kind of feminine. I was like, yo, nigga, I thought you said you wasn't no bitch. I was like, I ain't no bitch. I was like, that was some bitch shit you just did. I was like, other niggas do that shit. Like, yeah, it's because they bitches. I was like, but I'm saying, you ain't gotta be no bitch to check up on your joint. You know what I mean? These chicks out here is wild. I was like, yeah, well, how wild was she? She was the only one who called her phone. She just ain't popular. And actually she was. She's very popular. But anyway, so yeah, my suspicion of that type of shit left in the 90s. Like, nah, I'm good. Hey, yo, I'm good. Hey, yo, my nigga, we good? We good? Yeah, we good. So yeah, no more snooping for me. Cause like I did consider that to be feminine. Like, yo, dog, if you don't feel like you can trust your joint, if you don't feel like you can trust your woman, your girl, your love, your boo, your day one, your essence, your your wisdom. You need to go ahead and handle your business. I understand your feelings are involved, but you violating your own feelings. You cornball. But that's how I feel. That's just how I feel. So, nah, I ain't with all of that. So, yeah, man. I wanted to go into that. Make you not wanna Snoop no more. Make sure y'all tell somebody about this show. Cause you know, that content is real, son. You know it's real. Some of y'all have been right in this situation where somebody went through your phone. Some of y'all have actually had somebody put a tracking joint on your phone or clone your phone. You know what I mean? You know, some of y'all are with people that don't trust y'all as far as they can throw y'all. And that's fucked up. It is. That's just, I don't know, man. It's nasty to me. But it is what it is, man. And you know, we have all of these communication devices now, you know, all these cell phones and all these ways to be able to keep up with our loved ones. Is it helping us? Is it solidifying our love? Is it making us feel more trusting towards each other? Not from what I see. Not from what I say. Yay. All right, y'all. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, you can go ahead and keep snooping, but you think about the things that would make you stop snooping, the things that would put all of that to an end, the things that would lay all of your suspicions or all of your actions deriving from your suspicions to an end. What would it take for you? We went over some examples of what it would take for other people, but what would it take for you? What would it take for you to stop violating, to stop snooping, to stop looking? For some of y'all, it's knowing that you're going to find what you've been looking for. But some of y'all going to do it anyway. You're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it anyway. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all have a good night. Don't forget to share the show. Don't forget it 2 likes. Come on, man. Y'all can do better than that. I need more likes. Put some more likes up there, man. I mean, give me some more likes, man. I mean, show love. Holla, peace.